Hey everybody, and welcome to Intro to Robotics Lab course. My name is Megan and I'll be your TA. Here's my email there if you ever need anything. I'll show that again as well later. So just to get started, there we go. So a little bit about me. I graduated from Mines in May of 2019. My major was mechanical engineering. So I myself took this course, I think it was about 5 years ago now. I also had minors in computer science and electrical engineering, so I really wanted a well-rounded robotics foundation. You can get that from there or just through hobbyist type activities, but I've been in all three programs, so if you ever have any specific questions, I will be able to answer those. I'm currently in the non-thesis master's program for robotics, which was just established. I'll be part of the first graduating class here in December. This is my third time TAing for this course, and then I also TA probably about 7 sections over 5 semesters for ME200, so lots of coding and Arduino experience there. Just side note, my hobbies are music, musical theater, sci-fi, so just a little bit about me. I'm not just a person that only exists in the laboratory. My office hours will be held right after your lecture course, Mondays and Wednesdays, 12 to 2 over Zoom. If you need help outside those hours or if you just want a quick question, I'm also available by email. And then if you need additional office hours, I am more than welcome to do those over Zoom or face-to-face, whatever you prefer. So a little bit about lab safety here. Just in general, these are rules that we always follow here in this CT123 lab. If you're soldering, please wear safety glasses. There are sanitation wipes available for those. We just don't want anything happening to your eyes. Those are very necessary. Next, no food eating in the lab. So if you need to take a quick snack, feel free to step out. There's just too much going on in here for there to be food. You can drink from your water bottles as long as they're closed, and be careful around the equipment. When you leave, please be sure to tidy up after yourself. We see a lot of loose wires and Legos around. That's really not cool to the next group and to Buddy, who runs the lab. We want to be nice and tidy around here, so also push in your chair when you're done. Some new guidelines due to COVID. Always wear a mask. Bandanas and neck goiters will not be sufficient according to our new or Digger Promise rules. So masks should cover your nose and mouth. If you need to practice, we can speak clearly, speak more loudly, but please don't pull down your mask unless you're having a sip of water. We're going to keep that 6 feet of social distancing. That's why we have marked off every other seat here in the lab, and we've also changed all our curriculum to be individual projects. So I will do my best to keep to that as well, but sometimes you might have to move away from the keyboard if you want me to check your code. Use hand sanitizer often. You are each given a bottle of hand sanitizer if you checked in to one of the booths on CAFDAR as the semester began. If not, there's a bathroom around the corner. There's hand sanitizing dispensers in the hall. There's also spray bottles and paper towels here in the classroom. Please wipe down your desk and your keyboard and your mouse when you come in and when you leave. A little bit about how the lab assignments work. Starting with lab 2, we won't bother with it for lab 1, but a pre-lab will be due in class on paper the day we start a new lab. This is a small write-up. It just goes to show that you have been thinking about the new lab and how you might get started. In-class time should primarily be using the equipment. So building with your Legos, you can use the multimeters to test your wiring, and using the maze. Because there are no open lab periods this semester, the lab is not available to you outside of your assigned class period. Please use your time outside of class wisely to test your code, test your bot. You will be able to keep your kits with you this term. Your kits will be going home with you. So use that time to outside of class to do a lot of the major legwork, and then in class can prioritize the stuff you actually need the lab and me for. Lab reports are short individual write-ups. They will be due Thursday night at midnight before we start the next lab. They should be 3 to 5 pages. Each lab report has a certain template and requirements that will be listed in the lab procedure. 3 to 5 pages will include images, charts that are in the report body, but does not include any appendices, which are your lab code, your flow chart, stuff like that. Please use the format template provided on Canvas, or if you prefer LaTeX, that's fine. Just use that same layout, please. So a overview for our lab course this semester, Lab 1, which we start today. We'll start with motor control, some minimal mechanical design, building your testing rigs, and some data analysis. The Excel sheet on Canvas has been fully created for you. All you have to do is interpret the data after you enter it and build some of your graphs for the report. Lab 2 will be building your robots for the semester, so some major mechanical design there. We will also start with motor timing and calibration. Can you make your robot move in a certain path and have it drive straight, have it turn a complete 90 degrees? And this will be open loop control, so there's no feedback from any inputs. This is just the robot driving as it's been told, and we see where we end up. Lab 3 will be closed loop control, which means we do have feedback. We'll have bumpers that are made of buttons, and also wheel encoders. Those count how far each wheel has driven, and if you can code that correctly, it helps you drive straight. Lab 4, we will introduce some distance sensors, so we will be able to navigate an unknown maze because the distance sensors will tell us where a wall exists and how we should turn to avoid that. Lab 5 is kind of moving away from our Lego kits. It's coding of a kinematic 2-link robot arm. We will go over the math of that in class much later in the semester, and then we'll be coding that using MATLAB, which is all software for this lab, but we'll go into that more later. Here's just a quick overview. Here we can see today is September 4th. That's when we started Lab 1, and then we'll have 2 weeks for that. We'll have 2 lab class periods, and then the 2 weeks outside of class for you to work. Lab 2 is also 2 weeks long. Lab 3 and 4 will be 3 weeks long, so you get 3 in-class periods. But Lab 3 will go over fall break, so if you want to bring those kits home with you or just work on them on your days off or not, it's up to you. Lab 4 has 3 weeks there. Lab 5 will also have 3 weeks, but also includes Thanksgiving break. So again, if you work or not, that's up to you. And then after Lab 5, Lab 6 will be all coding. So we'll come in here if you'd like to work on your coding with me. If not, then you can stay at home. And then we will also during that time be breaking down your robot kits and do your check-in inventory. And then this class will have a final. I'm not sure if that's going to be in class or during finals week yet. We're still figuring that out. But yeah, that's the semester overall.